You're welcome to another interesting episode as we continue our discussion with regards to talent succession concepts and strategy. Today we're going to be looking at the tool that we use when we drive talent succession discussion and training in our workshops and in our seminars. And this tool is what we call the Talent Benchstrength board game. This board game was designed by one of our partners, Doris Spice, who has put a lot of effort into coming up with how you can learn. It's part of the experiential learning that we also take very seriously in our sessions. This is an interesting board game, and this is the only Talent Benchstrength board game that is known in the whole world. So when you attend our session or when we run specific programs for your organization, this is one of the things that we build into the whole process. There are 4 key objectives that we try to drive when participants or the talents, when they play this board game. Number 1 is to be able to promote discussions about talent succession and career development concepts. And if you've been following our previous episodes, you will realize that we have mentioned a lot of things about the need to build viable bench strength for the organization, the need for people to understand their career development process. Also for us, secondly, for playing this game, we're trying to make participants to be able to discuss ways to engage, to retain, and to develop talent, because it is very, very important. Thirdly, we want them to be able to discuss ideas to reduce talent risk in their organizations. And perhaps, which is the last one, is for them to be able to have fun. We want people to have fun while learning. We want them to be able to understand how to hold difficult conversations in a fun environment. And that is part of the things that we built to this session and our workshop. Is part of the active experimentation that we don't take for granted. So I will quickly take you through how you play this game. Before the participants will play the game, we have a set of instructions that are handed out to them. So you give them certain instructions on how they need to place their talent avatars and what makes each individual to be a talent master at the end of the game. So this is very, very important. After that, you will see that there are different set of cards here, and each of them is addressing specific skill gap and knowledge and understanding. Here you will see that there is a talent benchstrength results card here. We have the talent tools and concepts, remember when card, succession planning, controversy cards, and also you have the talent risk card. So if you look at, if I start with the talent risk card, what happens when you make a decision that is going to cause the company a lot of damage in the future? So when an individual is charged with responsibility to make a decision with regards to the talent, so when they look at this, for instance, you see that a particular decision could have caused the organization to lose talent. So when an individual is handed out this card, you read what is contained in there and you try to act it. You try to understand what your decision has caused the organization. And also, when you look at the talent tools and concepts, these are a set of cards that are trying to learn, to teach participants certain concepts about talent succession concepts, because we take time to go through the session, and after we have gone through the session, this is a way to emphasize the learning. Remember, one card is important when you have to discuss certain things that have made a mark with regards to your career, certain individuals who have been of help to you, certain coaching discussion, certain performance development discussion. So we allow them to share this experience during the session. And also, succession planning is very key. What are those things that the participants need to understand when it comes to succession planning? How does it impact the organization? So there are a set of questions that are embedded in all of these cards that as participants play, they tend to reflect on the right decisions as far as the organization is concerned. Here you see a set of talent avatars, and what is important here is that every individual that is playing this game, by the way, this can be played by about 4 to 6 people. So in a team of 4 to 6 people, everyone is handed out this card which we term build your talent team. What is important here is that these are the talents that we have specified that you need to have a viable bench strength within your organization. So you must buy, you must borrow, and you must build based on what you need within the organization. So each of these talent avatars are representing, each of them is representing specific talent in the organization. So if I pick this now, this is talking about the future gap successor, and also this yellow is also denoting a qualified successor within the organization. If I also pick another yellow, I can use it to represent the future gap successor within the organization. Then my red avatar is looking at the high potential within the organization. The blue is representing the valued talent, which is also the space here. Then I have my green avatar, which is talking about the key expert. So for us, we need people to go through this game as they play. Each one has a turn. They roll the die, and based on what you have rolled, then you pick. Now that I've rolled the die and it's giving me one, so I pick this one and I read the question that is embedded in this card. After I've done that, if the group is satisfied with the response to the question, then I have the opportunity to spin. So once I spin, now that I spin and it's on blue, that means I have the opportunity to pick a blue avatar. And you know, it's quite interesting. There are a lot of things that are also embedded. At some point, you may lose your talent based on the decisions that you have taken. And at some point, you may be asked to give your talent to another individual in the team. So the essence of this is for us to build such an interaction and for people to be able to understand and open in discussing talent succession concepts and all difficult conversations with regards to their issues and also how it impacts them in the organization. So I encourage you to get in touch with us. You can join one of our workshops or trainings, or we can also run these as an in-company specific session for your leaders, for them to be able to understand talent succession concepts and strategy. So we look forward to working with you, and I can bet you it will be an interesting experience for your talent or your leaders within the organization. Thank you very much.